So this is the second part, the last part of section 2.2a. And it turns out there's going to be nothing new in this part of the video. You might be able to do all the problems without me even lecturing, because I've kind of already lectured on this. The lecture that I did on the front half of this video was less theoretical than I would do in a Math 114 class. And some of these concepts I wouldn't have gotten to in a Math 114 class. And these problems are, well, they're just here because I lifted this from my Math 114 class. So let's just do this. So problem 19 through 26 says sketch a graph of a line passing through the given points with indicated slopes. Super easy to do this. If I know a point and a slope, so easy to graph a line. So for problem 20, I'm going to start off. I'm going to plot the given point, which is the point negative 4, 1. So x equal negative 4, y equal to 1. And then I'm going to use the slope. The slope is 3 over 2, so that tells me I should go up 3, because the numerator is the y direction. If the numerator is positive, I go up. If the numerator is negative, I would go down. And then the denominator is the x direction, and it's generally positive. So now I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, right 2, plot a point. Don't have a ruler handy, but I have this Apple Pencil 2 box that's sitting here. I guess it'll work as my ruler. You can't even go through the points. You really should go through the points, but hardly that big of a deal if you're close, but not exactly there. So that looks good enough for me. I did exactly what I needed to do. I sketched the graph using the strategy of plotting the point and using the slope. Same deal for problems 22 and 21. I'm going to plot the point for negative 3 to get started. So right 4, down 3. So that's my initial point that's given. And now I'm going to use the slope. Because the slope is negative, I'm going to go down 2 and write 3 from this point. So down 1, 2, right 1, 2, 3. Horribly done there. I wrote my point in such a bad area that it makes it so ugly. And you're really supposed to go through the points. Notice I start making my points progressively bigger when my line doesn't actually catch the point. That's my default strategy. Having the line goes directly through the points that you marked, that's kind of ideal. And because I stopped drawing the line, but the line doesn't really stop going, I write little arrows in both directions to signify that it keeps on going. Next few problems, when you have undefined slope and zero slope, we're just supposed to know some deals here. Undefined slope means I have a vertical line. So to do problem 24, to graph an equation of a line, or to sketch a graph of a line that passes through the point 27 with undefined slope, I start off by plotting the point 27, so go right 2 up 7. And then I know if slope is 0, my line is horizontal. If slope is undefined, my line is vertical. So I'm going to draw this as a vertical line. I should really go get my ruler. Not that I could do any better with my ruler. But that would be an example of a vertical line. It should be perfectly vertical. You notice mine slants just a little bit. Should be bang on, straight up and down, not slanted at all. Should be completely parallel to the y-axis. For 26, I'm going to plot the point 2, 4. And when you have zero slope, you get completely horizontal lines parallel to the x-axis. So I'm going to plot the point 2, 4, that's the given point, right 2 up 4, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Let me just try to sketch it. Here's my horizontal line that goes through that point. And that would be a graph of that line. It actually has the equation, y equals 4. It wasn't asked for, but I should know that because horizontal lines, they only have y's in their equations. The next chunk of problems, nothing new again because just the way I taught this made these redundant. But we should be able to do them. These are important anyways. So the rest of the section, there's like 6 problems left. We're just gonna find the slope of the line that passes through 2 points. I even give you a first and a second point. So 27, 28, all the way to 34, find the slope of the line that connects the 2 points. In 28, I form a fraction. In the numerator, I write the y-coordinate of the second point minus the y-coordinate of the first point. In the denominator, x-coordinate of the second point minus x-coordinate of the first point. If I did this on my calculator just to get us practiced with that, numerator in the parentheses, first the negative sign in the bottom row of the calculator, then 5, then the minus by the plus sign, and then 4, close my parentheses, the divide key, another parentheses, 7, and then minus by the plus sign, and 1, enter, and then math and enter twice to make that decimal into a fraction. The answer for the slope is going to be -3/2. If I did this by hand, the numerator would come out to -9, the denominator would come out to 6, and then I would reduce by 3. I have no issues with you using calculators if you're not really that comfortable with fractions and signed numbers. Problem 30, same deal. Just asked to find the slope of a line, and I'm given the second point and a first point. To find the slope of a line, if you know the second point and the first point, it's just y-coordinate of the second point minus y-coordinate of the first point divided by x-coordinate of the second point minus x-coordinate of the third point. Had some double negatives going on here. I think I should get 12/5 for an answer. Both my double negatives turned positive. Numerator came out to 12, the denominator came out to 5. So the answer to 30 is the slope is 12/5. 2 more problems and we'll move on to a new part of this section. 32, find the slope of the line that connects those 2 points. Y-coordinate of the second point minus y-coordinate of the first point in the numerator, x-coordinate of the second point minus x-coordinate of the first point in the denominator. Numerator comes out to be 0. The denominator comes out to be 7. And fractions with 0 in the numerator are equal to 0. So here the slope is going to be 0. Fractions with 0 in the denominator are undefined. Last problem, and we'll be done with this section 2.2a. Same question, find the slope of a line that connects those 2 points. Subtract the y-coordinate of the second point minus the y-coordinate of the first point in the numerator, and subtract the x-coordinate of the second point minus the x-coordinate of the first point in the denominator. In the numerator, 5 minus 0 is 5. In the denominator, the double negative I have written, I can make a positive. Then the numbers in the denominator will simplify to be 0. I get a fraction with a 0 in the denominator. Fractions with 0 in the denominator are undefined. So I'm going to say the slope is undefined. Could have probably snuck that into the other part, especially because there was nothing new, but I just don't want my videos to get much longer than 30 minutes. So let me stop and we'll call this a short video.